Good morning, everyone. It's Monday, August 3rd. It's my second video, so just bear with me. I'm going to try to keep it to a minimum. But a lot of you asked to see my products that I use, and I'm going to go through them again, but I just want to show you what I do in the morning when I'm doing my makeup, okay? So I have a primer and a setting spray. These are all my lip colors that I have currently. My brushes, eyeliner, eye creams, the makeup, eye stuff that we picked out for today, all of that stuff, and contouring, bronzing, foundation. So I'm gonna get started. I already picked out my outfit for today. So I know I'm wearing grays and I'm wearing jeans. My office is closed on the inside, and my company is allowing us to wear jeans. So I know I'm gonna wear that. So that's kind of gives me the base of what my colors are gonna be today. So anyway, first I start out with a primer. And this is Hard Candy. I usually go to Hard Candy or e.l.f. It's a little bit on the cheaper side. And again, I don't like to spend a lot of money on makeup, so that's where that comes from. I have my toothbrush that I comb my eyebrows with. I pushed my hair all the way back just so I could try to not get anything on my hair as far as the foundation and bronzing goes. Okay, so once I brush that, I have the e.l.f. Brow cream that I'm going to use, and I also have this applicator. You can get it at Target. e.l.f. has it. It's good. Okay. So I'm just going to make my brows a little bit thicker in some parts because, like I said in my first video, I do tend to pluck and tend to over pluck, so I just fill it in. I like to give my brows definition. I usually get them threaded. I don't wax them. And there's a salon in Hamilton, New Jersey that by the name of Radika, and they do eyebrow threading, $5. So easy. You're there for like 2 minutes and your eyebrows are taken care of, and it keeps them thicker, and I tend to like that. So if you're in the Hamilton area, then definitely you should go there once they open. I'm gonna start out with concealer because I want to get rid of these. I'm mending a toothache, so I've been on antibiotic the past couple days and haven't been sleeping too well. So, you know, the bags come and go, right? And I'm gonna just blot this in. It goes over my eyelid, underneath my eyes, and then on top of my eyebrows. And I just pat it in. You don't want to rub it in. I don't know if that matters, but I'd never rub my concealer in. I just blot it in. And then I'm gonna go ahead and do it one more time. This is also gonna give me a chance to define my eyebrows if for some reason like I bleed on the application, and I have this brush that I use for that. So I'm just gonna blot this in as much as I can, and don't worry about it being light because we have foundation we need to put on it, and we also have some primer, prep, and all that good stuff for your eyes. So this is just me taking some of the concealer and just throwing it on the top there. Okay, so that's all good. Now it's foundation time. I usually get whatever's on sale. This Maybelline Fit Me, this has worked pretty good. But whatever's on sale, I don't like to spend a lot of money on makeup. I want to look good, but I don't want to spend a lot of money on makeup. Seems like a lot, but it's really not. Usually about seven dabs of the foundation, and I also blot this in. And I go right over the concealer, right over everything. Just get it all blended. Not too bad. I always blend down on my neck. Other than that, I'm just blending. Okay. Okay, now that the foundation's on, I'm gonna start with my eyes. I always pick my colors out depending on what I'm wearing. So I'm gonna be using e.l.f. This is their nude palette. I absolutely love it. And I'm also gonna be using the Starlit Studio. And there's only gonna be one color that I'm gonna be using in here, and that's gonna be this one to highlight it. Okay. So I have, let me see how many brushes I have. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 brushes for the eyeshadow. The first one I'm going to use is this one. This is for my primer. Usually, well, in this palette itself, this color right here is the primer. So I'm going to put that all over my eyes. I'm just going to get it all primed up, so then when I put the colors on, you're good to go. I always use matte when it comes to my crease and of course the primer. You don't want to use a shimmer and then try to tone it down with tone it down with a matte. You always start with the mattes first, and you could always add as much shimmer as you want after. So the primer's on. I'm gonna get my crease brush. They have a set actually that you could buy. Target, I think, has it. And it has all of this stuff in there. And this is e.l.f. It's the eye contouring brush. It tells you everything that you need to do with it. So I'm gonna use, because I'm going nude today, I'm gonna use this color for the crease. And you don't have to worry about going over, as you can see, like what I'm doing, because I'm gonna fix it. So anything that you don't like, don't want to put on, you end up putting it on, you're like, wow, that's not my color. You could always restart over, and you could always get rid of like the little mistakes on the sides of the eyes. It's very, very easy. So I'm not too worried about if I go over, just as long as you're blending it in the crease and kind of blending it up to your eyebrow bone, you're good to go. Okay, so once that's done, I'm gonna pick a color for my eyebrow, and that's usually always this color. I always use my finger because that's the easiest tool, easiest natural tool that you can use. I use a lot of brushes for everything else. And as you can see, like I went over, which is fine because I'm gonna do another application of the crease. So I do a second round, but I'm gonna first blend the crease. So this is the blending brush, it's e.l.f. So I blend that in, and I'm gonna use the same brush I used the primer with, and I'm gonna put a shimmer on my lid itself. I'm gonna go for the lighter one because I'm gonna go nude today. Not nude to work, I'm going nude as in my makeup. So I'm gonna just blot that on, and everything will be blended in. So it gives it a little shimmer, not too much. It's just a little fun. Okay, so let's get the blending brush and blend that in. When you saw in the beginning of the video, I had used, you could see that on my under my brushes was a rag, and it's like a special makeup rag, so you always see me going like this. That's just taking the shadow off the brush, so I have a clean brush to work with, so I'm not blending everything all together at once. Okay, then it's just a reapply. So I'm going to do the crease. Okay, and then I'm going to do the eyebrow. And then I'm going to do the shimmer. It says shimmer. Okay, so now I'm going to blend that all in. I'm done with this color, and I told you I was going to use that other color, and I'll show you once I blend this in what I'm going to do with that other color. Okay, so blend. So I'm going to do the crease first, get rid of the colors from there, and then I'm going to do this, and then just go out with that. So everything's blended, it looks pretty good. So then I'm going to use this color, and you always want to use a brighter color when you're doing the corners of your eyes. So that's why I'm using this one. So I just dab it, and then I just close my eyes and just put it on there. So it just gives it a little bit of shimmer, a little bit of lighter shimmer. And they say it brightens your eyes. I don't know if it really does, but you know, I think it does, or else I wouldn't be doing it. So there you go. Okay, so now that my eyes are done, I'm going to fix what I, need to fix around my eyes. So Hard Candy Contouring Kit, I always start with this. This is the primer for your eyes. So I just dab this, and I'm just gonna go around and get rid of anything that might have came through for the eyeshadow. And I bring this up over my brows. And this is just, it's like almost like a primer corrector. That's what I call it anyway. That's what I use it for. So we got that. Okay, so that's good. Now I'm going to start with my contouring. Contouring brush from e.l.f. Very inexpensive, so I would definitely recommend using e.l.f. and trying out different things. Okay, there is the contouring. It looks very dark, but once you get the bronzer and everything else on, it won't look as dark. So you're going to start with your cheeks. And it's a fishy face. I always make noise when I do it, I'm sorry. Okay, as you can see, I'm using the flat, right? And I'm going up, and then I'm taking it, and then I'm spreading it out a little bit. This gives your cheek, I guess, it makes my cheeks look skinnier, so that's why I do it. And then we're gonna hit the nose. That defines the nose a little bit better. And then I'm gonna do my forehead and bring it down. There's so many different ways to contour for different shapes of faces. Just go on Pin. That's how I learned the majority of this. That or YouTube. Just watch a video a couple times and then try it out. If it's not your right contour, try another one. Okay. So that's good. Everything's on. That takes care of that. So now I'm gonna get my bronzing, my everything brush, bronzing, contouring, everything like that. And I'm gonna use the e.l.f. It usually comes in 4 colors. I've already used them all up because I kind of just go like this. Or I'll do the light and then I'll do the dark. So I'm gonna do the dark contouring because I don't want to waste it. You never want to just say, oh, there's only a little bit left, let me throw it away. It's a lot of makeup. I always say makeup is an investment. You don't have to spend a lot on it, but the investment that you're really making is on yourself. Because when I put makeup on, and it's been a very long time since I've done this, like I'm really paid attention to how I'm putting my makeup on, and I love it. It makes me feel good. And that's part of the process of loving yourself. If you feel good, you're happy. You want to maintain that happiness, and if you find something that makes you happy and it makes you look good and makes you feel good, that's a bonus. Okay, so I always have this concealer. I think this might be, oh, yep, of course it's e.l.f. And this is just to brighten up where I contoured, in between where I contoured. So this is gonna go, and I'm gonna blend it, and it just makes it brighter. I have a blending brush for that. And I always use the bottom because there's some concealer on there, and it always makes it a little bit lighter. So, don't be afraid to kind of mix it, just as long as you're getting the highlights and the contouring that you want. And if it works for you, it works for you. Okay, so that's lighter. All right, and then there's the second batch, which is just another hit of like a highlighter. So I'm going to put that on. And this just goes everywhere that I didn't hit it with the contour. So I like to look bronze. I mean, I like to use bronzer. I just think I like to look tan. I don't go out in the sun a lot. So this is my way of getting that tan that I would normally get if I was in the sun. Okay, so I'm going to start with where I contoured first to get it a little bit deeper, like a little bit of a deeper color. And then once I get done that, I'm going to hit my whole face. Not hit it, but you know what I mean. So just working on the spots that I want a little darker, and then I'm going to run it all over my face, all over my neck. You don't want to just do your face. You look like you know, you just want to blend it all over. Okay. You can't be afraid to put it on. If you don't like it, take it off. Okay. So bronzer's done. Okay. Now that the bronzer's done, it looks like you can still see the contour, but not too well. So I'm gonna hit it with a highlighter. I don't care going over my eyebrows because there's another step that I do after I get done all the contouring and doing my setting mist. So, and that is this one. I don't use this. I'm not sure. It's supposed to be blending, but I just think it's too orange, so I don't use that one. So I'm going to hit the highlighter is actually a powder, and you're just going to do your cheeks, your nose, your chin, and right over your eyebrows. Okay, so that's good. Contouring kit goes away, and then I work on the rest. So I have the all over bronzer, and then I have this, which is Hard Candy, and it gives you that shimmer and lightness on the areas where you don't want it dark. So I'm just gonna go over that. Don't be afraid to put a lot on. It's okay. And everybody says, well, why you put makeup on? You have to wear a mask. Well, because I still want to look good even with a mask on. So that takes care of that. And then I also have, I just don't want to waste anything, but this is Soap and Glory, and I've had this, and I just go around the, you know, my contour again just to kind of bring it out a little bit more. Okay, can always go down. So that's everything with contour face. I always take when I'm done with this, I always put on my lips. So I just blot it. It has a little concealer on it, obviously, because that's the sponge I use for the concealer. So I use that just to give me a base color. Okay. Always use white on the bottom of your eye. Not the bottom of your lid. I really think this is a great highlighter, and I like using it. So, and it doesn't matter if you kind of mess up. You can always fix it. Okay. Okay. I'm not using any lip liner today, or don't have to kind of stay in the lines because I'm just doing a nude lip color. So I'll show you that. So I did the eyes. I also am gonna hit it with like a little shimmer up here because why not? You know, we did that light shimmer, but this kind of gives it a little bit more shimmer. Okay. All right, so now that's done, I'm gonna put my blush on. Always use a plum, but if you want to get daring, I haven't gotten to that point yet. If you want to get daring and put on a pinker color, I always go for plum. I just always do. Okay. You know, it's darker than my cheek. It kind of gives me a little definition, but I don't like, I haven't been daring with that. Okay, so the Longwear setting spray, you're gonna spray on. You're gonna let that dry for a couple seconds. I'm gonna pick out my nude colors, and I'm not doing mattes because the matte long wear stay is just too long for me today. I don't want to have to keep on reapplying. I just want it to be an easy day. So this I've had for a while, and it's just the Ferris Nude. So I'm gonna put that on my lips. And this is gonna go in my purse for the day. I never keep lipstick in my purse. I never keep lipstick in my car. It's just not something that I do. And then I'm gonna use this. I haven't used this in a while. It's just a gloss, but it's nude. So it's not, you know, it's not too heavy. It's just a light brush. So I do the lipstick and then I do a gloss on top. And that takes care of it. And then I'm gonna do the, what I was talking to you about, where I do a little bit more definition on my eyebrows. Brow. I always say this wrong, always. It's called Wow Brow. You don't have to get a color. You can use clear. I just like that it gives me a more defined eyebrow. Okay. Okay, so that's done. Eyeliner goes on. I'm gonna start getting daring with the different color eyeliners. I just have always been with black, but I heard that they have a beautiful plum, so I might have to invest in that. Okay, and then I use this brush just to kind of blend it in a little bit, just in case like I missed this spot. Sometimes you could use this to go out a little bit to make the little wings. I'm not doing that today because I just want to stay au naturel. And then the last thing I do is my mascara. You don't have to be afraid of the mascara. Some people get daring and do the magnetic eyelashes and stuff like that, where they get the eyelashes put on, which is freaking awesome. I don't, my luck, I would get one put on and then it would fall off because, I don't know, it's just my luck. Okay, so makeup is done. Now it's on to hairs. It doesn't look, my light in here is not the best, but that's my makeup for today. I hope everybody has a great day. All right, bye.